Hey, what up superstars, it's your boy Ibetonme. Today I'm going to give you guys the best Destiny 2 weapons for PvP and PvE. And with hundreds of weapons in Destiny 2, sometimes it could be a little confusing of which ones to keep and which ones to delete. So I'm going to do you guys a favor and give you guys the most powerful ones that you definitely want to get your hands on and use. So I'm going to tell you guys why these weapons are so powerful. Also, I'm going to give you guys some of the best perks that you want to use on these weapons. And I may give you guys a few little builds that you can sprinkle in as well. Now, some of these weapons are not the most popular weapons in the game, but I tell you what, they are pretty powerful in my opinion. And there's no need to question my opinion because my opinion is 100% backed by Bungie and it has their seal of approval.
Ninja, please.
You're right, Gus. I'm just kidding. Bungie, please don't ban me. Also, if you found this video entertaining or if it helped you out, hey, feel free to sub to the channel, or at least worst case, hey, just like the video, help a brother out. Now, the first weapon we're going to take a look at is one of the easiest bot weapons to use in PvP. And if you've ever used it for an amount of time, I'm pretty sure you've gotten hate mail or been teabagged. And not only is this weapon S tier for PvP, it is also S tier for PvE as well. So at number 10, we have the exotic fusion rifle Jotun. Now, the Jotun is so powerful in PvP, and one of the reasons is because it's amazing tracking. Now, Bungie never put this in their TWAB, but obviously coming into this season, this tracking has gotten a major buff. And the tracking now is so broken, I even got accused the other day of wall hacking with the Jotun. And with its new catalyst, this weapon is perfect for in-game activities, both in PvP and PvE. And I took Jotun into the Trials of Osiris last weekend and went 7-1, dropped a 2.37 KD, a 3.32 KAD, and that is because of Jotun. Now with the catalyst, you get faster charge time or draw time when surrounded by combatants. And it also has a perk incandescent, with defeating a target spread scorch to those nearby. Also, more powerful combatants and opposing guardians cause Scorch in a larger radius. And it even have the trait Shield Disorient, where energy match shield explosions disorients nearby combatants. And what's pretty cool, you can make some pretty interesting builds around using the Jotun. And one thing I would suggest to take advantage of that Scorch is using solar fragments like Ember of Ashes and also Ember of Searing. So I put it at number 10 because of the amazing tracking, the great catalyst, and then hell man, it's just fun to use. Now coming in at number 9 is the Malfeasance Exotic Cannon. Fuck! Jesus, it's okay to disagree with me, Snoop, but you don't have to be vulgar about it. Some of you guys may be feeling like Snoop as well, but hey, let me explain. Now, Malfeasance is a 180 hand cannon, and we all know coming into the season, 180 hand cannons got a pretty big buff. Now, Bungie increased their airborne effectiveness by plus 25. They also increased their body shot damage from 37 to 40, and also the headshot damage from 57 to 60. So now you can kill a Guardian with 2 headshots and 2 body shots. And with this intrinsic trait, when you shoot 5 body shots into a Guardian, they will explode. And I don't care if they're 70 meters away. If you put 5 bullets into a Guardian, they will explode and die. That is a big deal. And let's say you're using your Hunter and you activate Radiant, you could get a 3-shot kill with this weapon. I didn't stutter. You heard what I said, a 3-shot kill. And you can also do bonus damage against taking enemies and Gambit invaders. And I know you're saying, bet, man, nobody plays Gambit. Yeah, you're right. But if you take Malfeasance into PvE and pair it with Lucky Pants, man, this weapon is a killing machine. And it is so fun taking down a taken champion with this weapon, it really melts them. And because of the 180 hand cannon buffs and also the traits that are on this weapon, this is why I have Malfeasance ranked number 9. Now here's a real quick honorable mention. If you could get a Forerunner with an exotic catalyst, this is a very powerful weapon as well. Because with the catalyst, you could turn your bullets into a fragmentation grenade. You can use that grenade to clear out a lot of enemies, so this is a very powerful weapon as well. Also down in the comment section, guys, I would love to get your thoughts on these weapons. But hey, make sure to keep it respectful. Now, you don't want me to have to send my goons to your house and body slam you. I'm just kidding. I'm a very peaceful man. Now coming in at number 8, I chose the Callous Minitool. Now I chose it because it has a great intrinsic trait, it also has a fast rate of fire, and it has a lot of great godly perks to choose from that's good for both PvP and PvE. And to top it off, it has the best godly perk that you could get on any legendary currently in the game. Now the intrinsic trait of this weapon helps with its superb handling, help you move faster when the weapon is equipped, and it grants additional speed benefits when you're using the exotic scout rifle Mitre multi-tool. And this weapon is a 900 rounds per minute, so you can mow down Guardians, and also adds in PvE. Plus it adds plus 14 to your zoom, so that'll help out with your range as well. And like I said earlier, this weapon has a godly perk that will definitely set it apart. And the perk is incandescent. Defeating a target spreads Scorch to those nearby, and more powerful combatants and opposing Guardians cause Scorch in a larger radius. With the ability to spread explosive fire, this is the perfect weapon to use in in-game activities. So I would suggest farming for a God Roll with incandescent inconsistent and also unrelenting. And now I know some of you guys are like, hey Bet, what about the funnel web submachine gun? That's a better choice. And I agree, the funnel web is a very great submachine gun as well. But what separates the Callous Minitool from it is the incandescent perk. But then also guys, guess what? The Minitool is craftable. So that's why I have Callous Minitool ranked as number 8 on our most powerful list. And just like the Minitool, our next weapon we had to farm hundreds of hours to get, just for Bungie to sunset it so we can't play with it in in-game activities, then for them to turn around and reissue it like it's a new weapon for us to grind for it again.
Oh, this is so cringe.
And Kimberly, I agree with you 100%. So coming in at number 7 is the Beloved Sniper Rifle. And so many people love Beloved in Destiny 2 because it was patterned after Destiny 1's LDR sniper. So a lot of people in Destiny 2 was very upset when Bungie sunsetted this weapon. But Bungie made up for it by reissuing this weapon with some pretty amazing trait. And I tell people all the time, hey, if you're struggling with sniping, you definitely need to get your hands on a Beloved. Because Beloved is in the 90 rounds per minute archetype, and believe me, that's the best archetype in my opinion. And this weapon has 40 zoom, so that'll really help you out with your range. And range is important on sniper rifles. But on top of that, it has an amazing aim assist of 68. So you're talking about really, this is a real good bot weapon. And you may be thinking, but Bet, hey man, what about the Eye of Soul? That's a better weapon because it has 45 zoom instead of 40, and it has the exact same aim assist. And you know what? I hear you. Those are some very valid points. But here are the 3 reasons why I believe this is the better sniper rifle. Number 1, I believe this weapon has a better origin trait. And that trait is called To Excess, where final blows with this weapon while your super is full grant a bonus to strength and discipline for a moderate duration. And number 2, this weapon can roll with the perk Incandescent, and we've seen just how powerful that trait is. And the third thing, which is the most important thing, this weapon is craftable. And this weapon has some of the best enhanced God roll traits for both PvP and PvE. So those are some of the major reasons why I have this weapon number 7. In number 6, we have the Eyes Luna Legendary Hand Cannon. And this weapon is really special to a lot of people in Destiny 2 because this weapon, along with the Palindrome, were the 2 top hand cannons in Destiny 1. What's crazy, in Destiny 1, they left this weapon as meta when we came over in 2017 to Destiny 2. So hey man, you can still go in Destiny 1 and still wreck people with this weapon. Now to be honest, any 140 weapon in Destiny 2 is very OP. Heck, even my severely nerfed Not Forgotten is still OP in Destiny 2. Dang, I put 16,000 kills on this weapon in 2 seasons. Now a lot of people may say, well Bet, what about the Palindrome or even a crafted Allstringer? And like I said, you can't go wrong with any choice, but I believe this is the more powerful weapon. Number 1, this weapon has a base range of 51, which is better than both of those weapons. Number 2, this weapon has a base stability of 64, which is better than both of those weapons. Number 3, this weapon has an aim assistance of 80, which is better than both of those weapons. But the major thing that separates Eyes Luna from those weapons is the tree of perks that this weapon have, and they are godly. So you could get rapid hit, perpetual motion, heating up, kill clip, and harmony. These are some of the most godly perks that you could get on this weapon, but you can't get it on the Allstringer nor the Palindrome. And if you have a roll like kill clip, which I have, it'll take your base head damage from 70 to 93 when kill clip is perked. And this weapon is super easy to farm, and that's why I have this weapon at number 6 as most powerful weapon in Destiny 2. Now here's another honorable mention weapon, and that weapon is the No Time to Explain. Now this weapon has an intrinsic trait Rewind again, where headshots and shots against combatant slowed or frozen by stasis will return to the magazine. And it also has the perk Time Slip, where at 10 stacks of Rewind again, a small portal will open up and start shooting, and precision hits extend the portal's duration. This is really good for in-game activities. And with the Callous, the projectiles from the time portal shoot more frequently. And hey guys, don't forget to comment on this video. I definitely want to get you guys feedback on this one. Now coming in at number 5 is the Outbreak Perfected Exotic Pulse Rifle. Man, I tell you, you guys are a really tough crowd. Now coming into this season, this weapon was already really good for PvE. And no doubt, this is my most used weapon in PvE. However, coming in season 16, this weapon got a pretty good buff, which gave 15 to 16 damage per bullet, and that increased the precision damage from 24.75 to 26.4. And it is very noticeable in PvP. Like I said, in PvE, this weapon was already really good, but now this weapon is OP for both PvP and PvE. Also, this weapon creates Siva nanite swarms on rapid hits and precision kill. And this weapon does more damage to enemies based on the number of Siva nanites that attach to them. So if you get a precision kill with this weapon, it spawns 9 nanites. However, if you have the exotic catalyst, it increases the nanites from 9 to 12 and also increases the nanite damage by 30%. And that's more than enough reasons to use this weapon, but you can also make some pretty amazing builds with this weapon. And one of my favorite builds is pairing this weapon with the Warlock exotic chest armor Chromatic Fire. And with chromatic fire, whenever you get a precision final blow with your kinetic weapon, it creates an explosion in the element of your subclass. So not only are you getting kills with the Siva nanites, you're also getting kills from the explosion. So because of those factors, this is the reason why I named this weapon as the number 5th powerful weapon in Destiny 2. Alright guys, so we're coming down the home stretch, and it could be an argument that any of these last 4 weapons can be the most powerful weapon in Destiny 2.
What the fuck did I just hear?
Trust me, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are going to agree these are some of the most powerful weapons in Destiny 2. So coming in at number 4 is the Horus Lease Legendary Pulse Rifle. Now even though this weapon comes from the most hated Nightfall in Destiny 2, the Corrupted, and it's pure hell to get this weapon to drop. It literally took me 42 times to get this weapon to drop for me. And even through all that pain, I'll do it again in a heartbeat just to get this weapon. Why? Because this is the fastest archetype pulse rifle in Destiny 2 with 540 rounds per minute, so it's a rapid fire frame. So it comes with deeper ammo reserves and a slightly faster reload when the magazine is empty. Plus this weapon has great origin traits for both PvE and PvP. Also this weapon has some zoom of 17 to help with the range, and it has some amazing aim assist of 82, and this weapon is rated a perfect 5.0 in PvP. And this weapon could roll with some pretty good perks, but none better than Perpetual Motion and Kill Clip. You definitely got to get a roll with Perpetual Motion because this weapon gains bonus stability, handling, and reload speed while the wielder is in motion. And while you had to get one with Arrowhead Break because they add plus 30 to your recoil and plus 10 to your handling. And if there is a weakness to 540s, it's that stability and also that recoil, so that'll really help you out. But guys, here's where it really get nasty. If you have Radiant and Kill Clip perk, it does 35 to the head damage, and you can get an amazing 0.33 TTK. Yep, that's exactly how a lot of people feel when they find this out. Overall, this weapon is one of the most consistent weapons in Destiny 2. And if you're blessed to get an adept version with range, man, this thing is ridiculous. And the only reason I didn't rank it higher is because I feel Bungie could have put more perks on this weapon, and I know that's kind of like throwing out a Ferrari because of a dent, but hey, you know, it is what it is. Coming in at number 3 is the BXR-55 Battle Rifle. Now I put this weapon at number 3 because this weapon is one of the most complete weapons in Destiny 2. And this weapon has some of the best stats and perks in Destiny 2, and it stands out in its current meta. And it also benefited from the 450 pulse rifle buff coming into the season. And this weapon has a 20 zoom, which is very noticeable compared to its competitors. And that zoom will allow you to have more range, more than most pulse rifles in Destiny 2. And it has an amazing aim assist of 85, which allow you to get a lot of headshots. And this weapon is very unique when it comes to legendary weapons, because this weapon has a very unique sound when you're shooting it. There's no other weapon in Destiny 2 that sounds like this. And this weapon has a zoom sort of like a sniper rifle, and it kind of feel like snapshot sights when you're zooming in. Plus, because of its zoom, there's nothing obstructing your view, and you can see everything in front of you just in case Guardians are trying to sneak up on you while you're zooming. And its custom trait Legacy PR55 frame allows you to dramatically increase your accuracy, stability, and targeting while hip firing. So it's almost like you have a legendary equivalent to the last word. Now, all those reasons are good enough to explain why I believe this is the most complete weapon in Destiny 2, but let's take it a little further. Now here are all the currently perks that you could get on the Battle Rifle 55. So every perk in gold means it's a God Roll perk for both PvP and PvE. Everything that's in the red meaning it's the best God Roll perk for PvP. Now everything in the blue meaning it's a good God Roll perk for PvE. So as you can see, almost every perk on this weapon is a God Roll perk. And this weapon is super easy to farm, and chances are every time you get a weapon to drop, it's going to be some form of a God Roll. And to me, this weapon can easily be the most powerful weapon in Destiny 2 because of all of those God Roll traits. However, I feel there are a few more weapons that are just a tad more powerful than this weapon. Now here's another honorable mention, the Polaris Lance.
Lance? What the fuck did I just hear, Lance?
Sure you did, Lincoln Osiris, aka Robert Downey Jr. The Lance is one of the most powerful weapons for both PvP and PvE, and it's a 150 scout rifle, so it got a huge buff coming into the season. And with its intrinsic trait, precision hits return ammo to the mag, and letting it for precision hits load a delayed solar explosive round for your next shot. And with the Callous, you get Dragonfly, where precision kills create an elemental damage explosion. And you can make some pretty great builds surrounded around the Polaris Lance, so hey, make sure you get your hands on this weapon. Also guys, down in the comment section, I would love to know your list of the most powerful weapons in Destiny 2. And coming in at number 2 is the Jade Rabbit, aka Jada Pickett. And just like Jada Pickett, the Jade Rabbit is taking Guardian's manhood in Destiny 2 PvP. And just like Jada Pickett, the Jade Rabbit is heartless. And just like Jada Pickett, the Jade Rabbit is making Guardians make stupid decisions in PvP, just like Will Smith. Because most Guardians don't realize this weapon got a major buff coming into this season. And they're trying to compete against this weapon, but they ended up heartbroken just like Will Smith. Hey Will, If you're seeing this, man, we support you. Now, according to Destiny Tracker, the Jade Rabbit is the most used weapon in PvP. And if you go into Trials of Osiris, no matter what map is being played on, man, this weapon is being spammed. Now, with this weapon intrinsic trait, your chain body shuts to gain bonus damage on your next precision shot, and it returns ammo to the magazine. So instead of doing 74 damage to the head with this perk proc, it does 79 damage to the head. So if you're running against a Guardian that has less than 70 resilience, which for some reason a lot of people still do, you can get a 3-tap and kill these people. I'm not kidding, you can 3-tap Guardians with this weapon. But however, and it always seems to be a big but, the fate of all food does not always proc for the 79 head damage. Lots of times it still does 74. And that really is the only reason I could not put this weapon as the #1 most powerful weapon overall, because of that glitch. Now for any other weapon in the game, it'll really make this weapon almost pointless to use over other weapons. However, not for the Jade Rabbit, because it has some amazing aim assist of 80. And it also has a perfect recoil of 100%. And with the Callous, it increases weapon stability by plus 27 to 80. So you won't have any problems hitting head damage. Then this weapon also has high caliber rounds, which increases the range and knocks target back further. And also Zen Moment, which causes damage with this weapon, increases its stability, and it has some amazing range of 85. So that's why this weapon, I believe, is the second most powerful weapon in Destiny 2. And finally, we have made it to the #1 most powerful weapon in Destiny 2, and that is the Peace of Mind.
Damn, that boy can sing. Must be crazy. He good.
With some amazing perks and stats, the Peace of Mind really stands out in this current meta. And this is a 540 rounds per minute rapid fire pulse rifle, just like the Horus Lease. However, this weapon has a better zoom of 19 compared to 17 on the Horus Lease. And that zoom gives the Peace of Mind several more meters of effective range. And this weapon has some amazing aim assistance of 82. And if you're looking for a killer machine in PvP or PvE, this is definitely the weapon you want to get your hands on. Plus, if you pair this weapon with the Arrowhead break perk plus counterbalance, it gives this weapon 100% recoil vertical. And it'll make this weapon pretty easy to control, and that's really important seeing that this is a 540 pulse rifle, which sometimes can be very inconsistent with recoil. And if you pair it with the heating up perk, this weapon becomes very effortless when it comes to getting headshot. And all those are very great reasons why this weapon is the most powerful weapon in Destiny 2, but to take it a step further, what I really love about this weapon and what makes it top tier is that it's craftable. This weapon has some of the best enhancement traits like perpetual motion, moving target, elemental capacitor, vorpal weapon, and many more. And it even has an intrinsic trait tied to its rapid fire frame. You could choose between different enhancement traits like range or even more stability, and there are other traits as well. And this weapon will earn the additional minor stat boost at level 20. Plus it has the origin trait Land Take. Final blows with this weapon grant increased resilience and additional damage resistance from combatants. And there's a lot of good builds you can pair with this weapon. So for my traits in PvP, I like to use Arrowhead Break, Ricochet Rounds, Perpetual Motion, and Elemental Capacitor. And I like to pair Elemental Capacitor with my Void builds because it increases the stability from 58 to a whopping 83. And then you can turn around and take this into PvE and put this on an enhancement Vorpal weapon, and this thing melts bosses. And because of those reasons, this is why I have this weapon as the most powerful weapon in Destiny 2. Alright guys, so down below, let me know if you guys made it to the end of this video. I would definitely love to send you a shout out in the comment section. And also, let me know what you guys think about this list. And also, hey, what are some of your most favorite weapons to use in Destiny 2? So until next time, this is your boy Ibetonme saying peace. Hope to see you Guardians in the Destiny universe. Let's team up and have some fun. You guys have a blessed day.